So I'm Dr Heather Howells, I'm a GP and one of the GP clinical leads for mental health for Berkshire West. So I wanted to talk to you today because it's the start of Mental Health Awareness Week. The theme for this year's Mental Health Awareness is anxiety. It's a really important theme because we all suffer from fears and worries and panic at times. But the important thing to remember is that there are lots that we can do about it. And looking after our mental health and well-being and treating our anxiety helps to prevent it becoming a disorder which takes over our lives and stops us from functioning well. So I wanted to share some top tips of things that you could do to help improve anxiety. Tip number one, breathing exercises. So in that moment of panic, when you're feeling anxious and distressed, sometimes just stopping and focusing on your breathing can make an important difference. There are a number of breathing exercises you can do, but one of the ones I tend to use is the 4-7-8 breathing. With this technique, you breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 7, and then breathe out through your mouth for a count of 8. And trying to do that for 3 or 4 breaths can sometimes just stop that intense panic and ground you, and you can carry on with your day. For other people, relaxation techniques, mindfulness can be equally as beneficial. Tip number 2, getting out in nature. So being outside, listening to the birds, taking a walk in the woods, gardening are hugely beneficial to our well-being, and we know that it really helps with stress and anxiety. Tip number 3, the power of exercise. So I cannot underestimate the power that exercise has on our mental health and our well-being, particularly for anxiety. I don't mean go and run a marathon, just a small walk, a gentle yoga exercises can make a huge difference. And trying to establish a routine where you do this regularly can really help. Tip number 4, connecting with others. Sometimes the hardest thing we do is to ask for help, but once we've done it, it makes a huge difference. So if you are feeling anxious, reaching out and asking somebody for some support is something I'd really advise you to do. Have coffee with a friend, express your worries. Sometimes just talking and realizing that other people are sharing similar worries can be really reassuring. Tip number 5, writing a diary. Sometimes the thoughts in our heads can be so overwhelming, and actually one of the ways of getting power over them is to write them down. Often those thoughts are overwhelming at night, and so having a diary by your bedside table, and if you're thinking and can't stop thinking and worrying, writing those thoughts down can sometimes make a huge difference.